All right, let's talk about my favorite topic, lust. If you know me, you know I'll fall into this more times than I can count. Many men from the Bible have fallen to this. Some of the most influential men in the Bible have fallen to this. Samson, the strongest man in the Bible, fell to this with Delilah. Solomon, the wisest man, fell to this with his concubines. David fell to this with Bathsheba and committed adultery, all fueled by lust, and even tried to conceal his sin by sending her husband to the front lines to die. I say all this to say that as men, this is a struggle that we all deal with. And it's taken down some of the best men. And we need to do better. We need to do better at controlling our thoughts and our eyes, and knowing that when we're out in public to not indulge, to capture that thought of lust and not move into sexual impure thoughts about that woman, because Jesus said that when you lust after a woman, you've already committed adultery in your heart. So I'm an adulterer. I'm a lustful sinner. And as men, we need to do better at shielding our eyes and knowing that anyone who willfully brings one of God's children astray, it's better for them to have a millstone tied behind their neck and thrown into the deep. So as men, we need to stop doing this. And women, whether you think this is true or whether you want to hear it or not, when you willfully dress a certain way, when you willfully go out in public with skin-tight attire, with everything hanging out, when you willfully do that and drag men into lust, you will be held accountable in the same regard as a man who lusts after a woman. So we have a choice as men to capture that thought, to not second glance, to not look. And as women, you have a choice to live a life of righteousness and present yourself in a way that doesn't drag others into lust and don't need affirmation and self-worth by your sexual prowess. You're more than that. You're a creation of God. You're a child of God, and your identity, if it's rooted in those things, the same thing for a man if his identity is rooted in his sexual desires, and a woman's is in her sexual prowess, it's both sin. It's both not of God. So men, we need to do better to recognize these things, and women, if you're partaking in that, just know that you will be held to account for every single man that you pull into lust through what you wear, through what you post, through thirst traps, and there will be accounting for all of us. Stay safe out there.